Welcome everybody. I have a few of my messages of the day, my channeled messages, as well as my abbreviated twin flame read on the table right now. So I want to get straight into it. Neil Diamond's coming up today, and that I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't listened to Coming to America or America by Neil Diamond, you really need to listen to the energies. You'll definitely get chills at the beginning of the song. But I was really getting the imagery of, I don't know if it was in the Jazz Singer or in a concert where he had the American flag, like huge American flag behind him, and it reminded me of the movie Patton too, because I saw it when I was a little kid in the drive-in movie. And there's this one spot at I think it's near the end, where Patton, his face just fills up the whole screen in front of the American flag, and there's that same type of energy coming up with Neil Diamond. And he came up not once, Neil Diamond, but 2 or 3 times actually. So let's take a few deep breaths first, and then we'll get right into these energies. Another deep breath. And another deep breath. Sending lots of love and compassion out to you guys. I hope you feel that. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you're having a beautiful day as well. It's beautiful. It's very warm outside today, but very beautiful and breezy. We're going to roll the die, and then we're going to get right into the reads. Today is the last day of May. There's this big closing energy with today, the last day of May as well. So for the twin flames, this May 31st, 2023. Okay, we have the North Node, which is moving into Aries. I'm sure the beginning of those, I keep getting Taurus and Aries butting heads during this exchange of seats at the top. Sorry about Teddy's playing with his bones. So we have Aries there in the North Node, and then we have the similar symbol of the North Node as the Leo energy you see here. So we have Leo as well, as we're moving into this fiery energy, Leo and Aries. So there'll be a lot of fire there as the node changes. And then we have the one of the masculine, which is fiery again. So that very driven, channeled energy, or single-minded, focused energy of the masculine there. And again, in numerology, 1 is the energy of the selfishness, as opposed to the 9 of the fully compassionate energy. So we have Leo, and then the Magician here, which is Gemini, and then we have the North Node it's in Taurus. So Taurus and Leo are both fixed, and then Gemini is mutable. And it's energy of Leo, the Leo energy and the North Node coming together. It's saying, you complete me. And there is that energy coming up in one of the reads as well. So that's coming up again. So let's move these guys out of the way. And let's see here as well. What did I not tell you? There's something that came up the other day and I forgot to tell you. I think I used it as one of the messages on my tags because I forgot to tell you, but if it comes up again, I'll let you know. All right, so first we have the read on the table. And this is my abbreviated read for the twin flames. It's the SIRIAN STARSEED deck is the main deck there, and then clarified by the Rider-Waite Mini. And this was done on the 29th at 4. I pulled the main deck at 4:27 to 28, and then I finished around 4:38 with the clarifying cards. So 4 and 38 is the Emperor and the Queen of Cups as well. We had the major arcana of abundance, which is the Empress, as well as the shadow, which is the devil. And prior to the read was the Starseed, or the Fool, and the Tower. After the read was Alchemy, Indigo, the Wheel of Fortune, the Great Wheel in this deck, and then Reason, which is the Emperor. So both the Empress in the read and then the Emperor just after the read. There were 2 cups, 3 wands, 2 pentacles, and 2 swords, with 23, 22 there, which is this year 23, as well as the King of Wands, and the 22 of the Fool and the Fool's Journey, with an open heart and a leap of faith. We have the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords. There's 3 knights there. And where are we today? The 31st. So tonight into the 1st, into the 2nd, and into the 3rd. So, and June 3rd is the full moon. It's also my father's birthday. So there's a significant energy there of release with the 3 knights on the full moon. We have the Queen of Swords as the main character in the read, after the read, and then prior to the read was the King of Pentacles. We had double 4s, 7s, and 8s, so 44 is the 4 of Cups, the grounding, integrating, and mastering of how to receive love, as well as that boredom and apathy energy. We have the 77 of the Sovereign, 9 of Pentacles, and 88 of the 2 twins, both dancing within their masculine and feminine, side by side. So I was just getting 2, because sometimes the 888 comes in, which should represent coming into union, but they were just showing me the energy of like jumping into a body. It takes a few tries before it sticks. And oh, that's so funny. As soon as I said that, I'm looking down at the floor, and one of Teddy's toys is a fox, and he's doing a handstand right now. They're such a cute toy because it always lands right on his feet perfectly, but he's doing a handstand right now. So it takes a few dives before it sticks. So the code line here is all about the number 97, and that's from 6, 87, and 4, 97. And for me, 79 is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So it's like 97 is the other side of the gate, you know, on the 3D side. So, and there's a lot of feminine passion, compassionate energy in the 9 and 7 and 79. They're very soft energies. So the code line here, the messages were coming up as one knight, which can be night as in night or day, or the knight as in the knight in shining armor. One good knight, lover, balanced, strong and rising as the Emperor, or for the Knight of Swords to the nth degree, which is that knight in shining armor. The hour of being Christ-like, or the divine masculine's heart right here, and that can represent cry stalls as well with the crystals, or purging. Also an after death test in June at the half moon, which we just said the full moon is June 3rd coming up, so we're in the full moon energies now, and so a half moon would be about a week after that, which is June 10th, which is my mother's birthday. So my father might be bringing that up to give my mom some props as well. I was just tuning into my inner child right before the video, and actually my mom was popping up, and that's never happened before, but her much younger self, and it's like my inner little girl was hanging out with my young mom in her really positive energies, you know, of being kind of that free spirit that she was. So half moon in June, June 10th. It's also my father's father and David Lubin. Is that David Lubin? Yeah, David Lubin is June 10th too. The half moon, dancing the tango at that point. 4 Knight of Swords. And again, the Knight of Swords can be messenger of truth, or the knight in shining armor, or just, you know, messages, deliveries, packages. That can be a chase as well. That could be police coming in, but the energies here were coming up as the moon dancing the tango with 4 Knight of Swords to the nth degree, right, being that knight in shining armor. The divine masculine hearts in the bat cave here. And then I was getting, one fine day, you'll look at me. So that song was coming up, and you're going to want me for your girl. So the Empress reversed, and Spirit's connecting with me. The Empress reversed in the underlying energies over here, with the mini card on top, and I never have just one clarifying card on this underlying energy, and it was today the King of Wands, which is also the year, as the Empress is reversed, and beneath that is the Ace of Cups upright, the 3 of Swords, the Starseed upright, the Tower, and the 10 of Wands both reversed. In the energy of the strong new love, or the tiger coming in as the masculine energy, with new love to the broken heart of Starseed after the drama or sudden event of Atlas coming down, dumping a big load, with the Empress reversed and the King of Wands upright in the pursuit of happiness. Or perhaps this could be a King of Wands who lost his mother or grandmother recently. But this also can be a woman in lack. It can be someone who's miscarried. It can be a woman who's a dark mother type energy, right? Who's being either domineering or passive aggressive and expecting other people to do everything. I can't do it myself. That kind of energy. So this energy between the King of Wands upright and this Empress reversed in lack, and the Knight of Cups upright here as well, receiving big love in return, because this is the energy for the King of Wands in the pursuit of happiness, of the Knight of Cups receiving big love in return, knocking them for a loop, with the Knight of Wands then reversed in a proposal of passion, but that's coming from a broken place of the player or someone paralyzed by their passions. And the Knight of Wands reversed can represent the action of the King of Wands. Like he's fine asleep if he's sitting still on his throne, but as soon as he takes action, he goes into that paralyzed state of falling or becoming the fallen angel again, or just paralyzed by his own passions. But that can also be someone running out of steam, thinking they can follow through and promising something and then not being able to follow through because they run out of steam. So, and remember, oh, that's what came up too. I put it on the tag regarding the Russian what was it? What are they called? The stackables. Why am I blanking out on that? Well, the Russian blanks and the Nutcracker came up as my tag, and you can just look it up on my tag. You'll see what the word is I'm looking for. But they were coming up as the energy. I literally woke up with that word. And then the Nutcracker came in right after that, and you see the cloud picture I have up there of a Nutcracker soldier. But the feminine energy is coming up as the Russian, and then the Nutcracker as the masculine. And it was so funny after I posted that, because I noticed someone else with a cracking a nut title in their website. So the Empress reversed with the Two of Pentacles reversed, and dropping the facade. In the recent past, the Six of Pentacles reversed, not sharing equally, with the wounded warrior surrendering into the early morning hours, in energetic exchange with the Knight of Swords reversed, perhaps dumping a load or all their burdens or responsibilities on the dark night to work it out, with the King of Cups reversed, defending themselves to their ex perhaps with no sleep, meeting one-to-one with the Queen of Pentacles upright here. The foundation is the Knight of Wands reversed, the player wanting sex or no peace until they get some, as the Page of Swords is stepping up to play ball, to reap rewards, or being scolded by the Queen of Swords reversed. Now the central energy is the Eight of Cups reversed, very uncomfortably stuck, but I wrote struck, so I don't know if somebody got hit. Uncomfortably stuck or struck with the King of Pentacles upright, starting over without a car or can't drive, with the ego of the Emperor upright or grandfather after losing a fight and releasing grandmother or Empress reversed, and challenged by the Seven of Wands upright, rising above the drama, at work with the Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups upright, who may be worried about a wedding and recovering in time. Now crowning here is the Shadow reversed in a detox of the Six of Cups soulmates or kids, and her not happy with him. They may not be there yet, or not home, not Bick yet. I don't know what I was trying to write there. Anyways, she's not happy with him. Maybe they didn't pick them up yet, or they're not there yet, or just not home, as the Knight of Pentacles reversed is unable to function and lead the way to or for the Ten of Cups upright family, which is that happy family or the facade of one. With the Page of Cups reversed and the High Priestess reversed, looking back without a choice and being strong in taming the beast, hiding in detox with the King of Swords upright, who's not sharing it with the Queen of Wands reversed, who'd be pissed. Now, then the 5 comes up with the 4 of Swords reversed, or excuse me, the 4 of Swords is coming up soon, not the 5, but it's coming up soon, the 4 of Swords reversed, back from the beach with the whole truth about the sweet angel, with each truth digging themselves in deeper. It's like every time they give an excuse, it's digging themselves in deeper to manipulate their freedom. And that was at 8:02. The strength or dance of the two, which is the feminine energy or the higher self. And then at 8:03, which is the Empress, the twin flames with the King of Wands, knowing and keeping to themselves, to come full circle or about being naked on the beach in a wake-up call to offer time, money, or energy, or being careful in what you accept from strangers, or what you give to kids who are out of control, drained, burned, or destined to happen here, or the King of Wands on the beach trying not to look at the naked woman, or women in general, instead offering their time to kids or to babysit, or get schooled here, or perhaps homeschooled can be coming in as well. The Knight of Cups is upright, holding on, trying to be practical and rising above with no sleep or in the awakening. The justice of having choices and the unknown or the X factor, as the Page of Pentacles reversed is apart from the Page of Wands reversed, or keeping two kids apart so that they don't cause trouble, or kids of a divorce and just struggling and having a hard time right here. The block here is the Knight of Swords reversed, or bad influence around them, as the Knight of Pentacles is independent or single, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed family, business, or community, or legacy, dysfunction, or loss, or newly single and out for a good time, as the Four of Pentacles, Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, uncomfortable after drama and yet not leaving at the same time, as the Queen of Wands reversed is coming clean to alchemize sneakiness or lying, cheating, and stealing, or the need to grow up, with the Queen of Swords reversed scolding them for not following through of making magic or doing what they promised them or were supposed to do for their dreams to come true. It's not working out between the Emperor upright and the King of Pentacles upright, and they keep coming up together as a clashing. The fire sign with an outpouring of love, stressing out Starseed after drama of falling over, after being top heavy, and that can be falling off the top spot, taking a load off after the Empress is passing or scolding, and the Knight of Wands reversed with the King of Wands upright and the Knight of Cups upright, or two bad girls with the sexy boys, and the inequity of not walking away, challenged by rising to tango, and awake with the Knight of Swords reversed, detoxing by keeping their junk to themselves in the Batcave, as the Empress reversed is not sharing with the Knight of Wands reversed, who's uncomfortable, and challenged by the Seven of Wands rising above the drama and the crowd, and detoxing the King of Wands who's upright, awakening to the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords reversed, keeping to themselves, laying low, as the Four of Pentacles is there is the energy of the masculine cleaning up their act or growing up. And this could be after an event of getting burned. At 8:38 is the Strength card and manifestation with the Queen of Cups as well. The movie The Luckiest Girl Alive came up again too. It's not a new movie, but it was coming up. So then we have my first message of the day here. And this starts with the Journey of Love, the Metatron deck, my half Lenormand Reverie and Kipper deck together, and then my Wild Unknown Animal guidebook deck, and then the half deck of Rider-Waite. And I think I have some mini clarifications there too with the mini Rider-Waite. So I'll pull it up a little bit so you can see the cards better. To the left is the underlying energies, 3 cards usually pulled, and then the cards at the end were coming out organically as to some numerology energies, as well as kind of completing the story of the storyline on each line. So the cards at the end of each deck here came up as 11324 and 124310. As the Divine Masculine transitions to the Emperor and or stability and or to the Queen of Wands, the masculine and the feminine coming together destined, the Magician and the High Priestess, the Emperor and the Empress, destined high vibe justice and alignment for the Empress and Queen of Wands in a wise reunion of high vibration, in a leap to death, ending, or transition to the Omega, which is illumination at the crown with the Queen of Wands, or to the Lambda leap, the Lambda Father leap, and the magic or magician of the Queen of Wands in the chaos of life, with Source backing them up. Bookends with abundant space between of the 324 and then the 243 of the Queen of Wands and the Empress, with the sword and the stone on either end. The Empress or abundance to the Emperor or stability, the High Priestess or divine feminine for the Empress and or abundance. So I looked up 324, the first entry there was reptilian, and then the eagle has landed, promise, and the kitchen sink. 243 was other, grapes, American pie, and socks. And then Liza also came up, which is, Liza means battle, fight, joust, or a lick, salt lick, den, warren, to be going to or to become. So the underlying energy at 1106 is the 18 of distant shores, the 7 of water, 13 of the wealthy man, the lizard, and the Knight of Wands. With Cancer, Pisces, another Cancer perhaps, Scorpio, Liz or Liza, and Sagittarius, or a sensitive Saggy or Knight of Wands. With distant shores, which was interesting too, because my daughter was just away, 4 moons and turbulent seas, with water under the bridge, emerald and purple, from August 30th to 31st in that full moon, that super blue moon, and or August 1st, coming up as the full moon with this number 18, because 8-1 is the full moon, which is the reflection of 18. So turbulent romance in June, July for well-being, with dolphin energy, water, Cancer, and Pisces, and the wealthy man in transition, sensitive to crowds, and the Knight of Wands who takes off to go back, or 3 return, or 2 who are waiting for 1. At 1116 of Justice and the Tower, the underlying energy of the 17 and the star, her grace extended with the 62 of the choice, 47 to soften, and the loving divine feminine 47, which is the 4 of the heart to the 7 of the crown, and also that sweet spot in the middle, just being above the middle, that soft sweet spot around the middle, including all the way across the distant shores to lend a hand from smooth to rough waters under the bridge, the daughter in turbulence as statues who have lost their posts and have sunk under the water, no longer to be seen. You know how some of the statues like in France or Italy, you might see them underneath the water, or maybe their heads just popping above the water because they fall into the bottom of the waterbed there. And that energy was coming up here. Statues who have lost their posts and have sunk under the water to no longer be seen. Pillars from Atlantis at the bottom of the sea, anxious, confused, and the star reaching out to the moon. And now the star and the moon are coming up as the sun and the daughter. As the 1122 is Justice and the 22 of the Fool. The first card here of the 21 that she's the moon, 51 of Dream a Little, Aquarius and Cancer there, Pisces and the King of Swords, as she means the world to him or her, if it's 2 feminines, and wants her to dream a little. Perhaps a water sign is a bit shy here, as the star and the moon, the world and the King of Swords, and yet 2 feminine energies are facing each other or themselves as the moon runs through it. As we enter the full moon energies of 6-3, perhaps she becomes shy, as the 29 and the 3 of Wands in the spiral dance of the goddess, present to gifts of waiting for their ship to come in, and the fallopian tubes coming up right there, as well as olive oil, and the slippery green slope to get to the uterus without ties or being untied. So the 11 of the eruption of light occurs as the quote-unquote arrival home, or now well implanted in the uterus, or finally has reached home to stick. As Cancer, Pisces, and Libra here, perhaps a fiery little one who doesn't let obstacles get in their way. The world mastering purification of the dream for September to November, or 9/11 blast off, or 4 to 6 moon cycles here, and Hieros Gamos. In the sudden point of the toroidal field, the eagle has landed and is now secured. At 11:34 of Justice and the 8 of Wands, the underlying energy of the 26 and the Page of Wands, of pink and self-love and nurture, and that's very representative of the seed being implanted. The 47 of blessings and thanks for an abundant universe, and the 11 of the wake-up call to listen and take note and tone. The 7 of water and emotional well-being to pass it on. The scalloped Magdalene in phased array from the life bulb of the womb, looking for the sun's rays to plug into. From 4 to 7 are heart to crown, as the Page of Wands blossoms with good food and thanksgiving every day, or thank God every day. Using the cornucopia from the fruit basket to sound the call, a bit of music to your ears from the sound of a shell. A variety of foods to align with your soul's song, in the wake-up call to alignment, or one arc of intent, or sonic call. All angels calling the dolphins home. It's dinner time! From April to July, with blessings and thanks for variety of the good things to feed the body, mind, and soul with. This is a call to the future, so when you get to November and Thanksgiving in the cold weather, you'll remember these warm feelings from July, or today, and take them with you there. Also, if pregnant, Spirit's really connecting with me on that message too. Also, if pregnant, most important nutrition is now, with much growth, as by November leaps and bounds. As the water becomes more of a big deal for emotional well-being, perhaps the little chariot will be swimming a lot. And then Lancelot came up. I don't know if somebody has to lance something as well. A wake-up call to listen to your body, your vehicle of water, that's very in tune with supersonics, the womb and the ocean, and light infused. So again, your body holds the light of the sun as well as the water that you mostly are. So don't forget that. To listen to the body, listen to what the water in your body is telling you. Remember to bless your water every day because it's flowing through you every day. And remember to feed your vehicles what's best for you. What is your body asking for? Because everyone's going to be different. So at 11:48 is the alignment of walking away and within. To the 1 of the 8 card, the leadership dance to answer the call with flame in right hand and 3 keys on ring on the left. The 3 alchemist keys, all held in the ring, never giving up, always dreaming, and always dreaming of this world. And next, the never ending, which is always beginning. Those are coming up as the 3 keys. 1, never giving up. 2, always dream, and of this world and the next. Never ending and always beginning was then the 3rd key. The water chariot and the leader with flame from Cancer to Leo, or July through August, in a triathlon here of swimming, climbing, or ascending, and then 2 as 1 rowing on the whispering canoe down the salt river where the phoenix rises. The 42 of 1 to 1 and 2 destinies. The 7 and the 8 become 1. And remember, 78 is the 10 of Pentacles, the end of the deck, or heaven on earth. 2 become 1 as the 4, or the Emperor and the Lambda Leap, are letting go. Time for release of control as the vehicle of strength to get to the Emperor, who's now letting go. at 11:56 and the Two of Swords as the Queen of Swords 52, or the energy of the 51 to 52 degrees of the pyramid, to activate their golden wings with the 51 of the King of Swords and their dreams, which came up earlier in the read, and the 52 of the Queen of Swords with priorities and building blocks for life. Again, taking care of your body and the right foods and that kind of thing here. With Big Bird, the Six of Love and the Aqua Rose Gold Mother's Heart, an angel indeed got their wings here, from the heart to the crown, and Hieros Gamos, the relationship and harmony that dreams are made of. And then at 11:59, the minute before 12, before Cinderella's chariot turns back into a pumpkin, the 14 in the underlying energy of the 9 of Wands Fox makes a getaway after Taurus home, Cancer pup with the 10 of Cups family, and Sagittarius with a message of concern about the Aquarius nesting the dream with the Queen of Cups. So the Knight of Cups takes a chance and gambles to honor the 25 Knight of Wands, who had gotten a heads up though prior to this, so they knew it was coming and made their getaway before they could shoot, not wanting this honor, headed towards energetic exchange or the arrows of love, busy work or sowing seeds with the 9 of the Hermit or Virgo in a change of residence or travel or car, or Sagittarius wounded warrior moving closer to the city or farther out to the country. Perhaps Virgo and Taurus, or Hermit and Mother, take abundant, blissful cruise together, or boat docked or got stuck on a rock. And the sewing machine, the driving machine, and now the sailing machine or flying ship of wealthy man, which can represent Brandon or again, whoever's taking ships up in the sky right now. It's okay, Teddy. Nothing's wrong. All is well. It's okay. So that's coming up. Again, going from the sewing machine to the driving machine, and now the sailing machine or flying ship of the wealthy man, or Sagittarius, Virgo, Taurus, and Scorpio end up together after multiple rides of transportation, or how Sagittarius made his way to where he is today. The pup of the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the 10 of Cups family, and the patient angel for dreams to come true, as the Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands takes a gamble to run for the hills, or again, coming up, I want to run to you. So Whitney Houston coming up right there. So they're running away from something, but at the same time, they're running toward you. As the romantic pup ends up, the wealthy man waiting at the end of the line. And this week too, this past 2 days, a lot about hitting the top where there's nowhere else to go, right? If you're the one taking ships into space, there's nowhere higher you can go in your field, right? So there's this energy of then falling, and so before they can fall from their top spot, perhaps taking charge of it instead and choosing what they want for themselves. This 8 of the dance of the Jacqueline Hyde or tomb, with sovereignty and dependence and polarizing factors, in the dance of healthcare or life and death, at 12:14, the Hanging Man and that higher love, or the Temperance card, being patient and balanced. With Scorpio and Leo, both fixed signs, and profound transformation and manifestation of a stable home of the King of Cups and our Emperor. With the lady of the house looking out the window, the wealthy man with his work in or dealing with health care, along with the sunny home of love and stability, where the lady with gifts is present to the loving mature woman or mother coming over, or getting ready for an event, or to go out, or unexpected visit, or incoming, as the Ace of Wands exchange of hands, the Queen in rose gold, and suspended animation with the powers that be and making peace, or Gemini mature woman with new passion for an institution or going back to school, or receives unexpected income from a large institution, or exposed to justice, with the Page of Pentacles and aligning, and the crackdown on the rod and staff or students, perhaps an institution is changing hands. And Sagittarius is coming up very strongly all week. And also remember that there can be a very strong religious angle with Sagittarius. They can come from very religious families. Gemini, Leo, and Libra here, or mother and daughter looking for venues, or mother cracking down on spending, or a child's need to take care of health care bills, perhaps with incorrect information, so it can't be processed. So at 12:26 is the Hanging Man and the Page of Wands, and the underlying energy again of the Eagle has landed with Wise Owl and Very Stable Buffalo, and the 5D Gate Holder Unicorn, and the Hothead Elk. But the Lizard is the odd man out here because they're very sensitive to crowds. So they could be an intuitive person, but they also get really drained when they're around a lot of people. So it could be time out for them. With the Raccoon hiding or scared, sad, lost, or just no appetite, and Bear is up moving forward, perhaps away from Lizard and Raccoon, holding them back. As the Hawk clears the air, or the path for the Bear towards Octopus, Hummingbird, and the Black Egg, as the Octopus is overstimulated, with the Hummingbird feeding whispers to them, trying to clear the air, but the Octopus is overwhelmed by the truth of being the black sheep of the family, or the October opus here. Perhaps someone's life work is finished in October. So it looks like October, they may be being ganged up on by the Bear, the Hawk, and the Hummingbird from all sides, unable to process all this truth all at once. And once the event has happened, the Eagle flies in with the Owl, the Buffalo, and the Unicorn, and the Elk waiting to whisk them off through the crowds. This could be someone famous who's then, their team is waiting for them. The Advisor, this could be political, or it could be a famous person, a musician. Advisor, Grounder, Intuitive, and Protector, all stationed. Perhaps Pisces or Capricorn, Taurus, Aquarius, and Aries, or all the elements are pulling in the ethers from within, since they're sensitive to the external crowds. The intuitive drained or overstimulated, who needs to then pull back from the bright lights and the big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering their name, perhaps in need of a new creative project, or too many coming at them and the need to get away. And then I'm getting from Jesus Christ Superstar when he's in the marketplace and he screams out, "Leave me alone!" At 12:57 is the Hanging Man and the Three of Swords. As the Queen of Pentacles with great affection to partner with the King of Wands, or the King of Wands looking back at the Queen of Pentacles as a loving person who would make him a good partner. As the Knight of Pentacles may be the King of Wands working for the King of Cups with different ideas, as the Knight of Swords and the Emperor and the Page of Swords, with the Hermit always coming at the King of Cups from the other side, or the King of Cups is focused on their wife or mother and kids per their advisor's advice, or grandparent or grandparents are with the kids at their house. As the Page of Wands is inspired to transition, perhaps Scorpio is happy to invite the wounded warrior, and maybe they're not always welcome. Or both the Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles are getting the wounded warrior to come with them, right? Because the kids might say, well, screw the parents. We don't care. You come with us. Or trying to get past the guard or bouncer to get in somewhere, or to travel with the Queen of Swords, or get in before the doors close. As the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups are offering love to the world, or proposal to the Divine Feminine, Pisces, and or Libra, or their justice and proposal in court, as the Knight of Wands rushes in at the last minute with another option or a passionate path to offer, or people racing in from all sides to see them get justice, or this is reporters all of a sudden rushing in at court, or just newsworthy Pisces or Divine Feminine, or Justice and or Libra, or Cancer and Sagittarius both making offers or proposals, or Sagittarius trying to stop them from doing this. So at 109, and that could be someone rushing in to stop a wedding as well. So the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups and the Emperor are all watching the Knight of Wands do this. Or while the Queen of Cups watches the Knight of Wands go, the Emperor with a small message of love to the Queen of Cups to clear the air. As the Emperor and Lady with gifts and present, who had tried to clear the air with him, but he wasn't receptive and overstimulated or bombarded at the time. At 112 of the Masculine of the Magician and the Hanging Man, the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles Sovereign with the King of Swords and free here, with children and or soulmate manifesting big, or new DNA with tears of joy, perhaps unable to sleep as temptation waves, as the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles look down upon their court, or Harry and Meghan waving perhaps, as it definitely could come up Leo and Virgo right there, and the Emperor was silent advisor or sister or psychic, with the King of Swords with a traditional or legal advisor or independent consultation, or rendering the consort free, or Pisces and Aries with Gemini under Virgo, and the King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles are now free, or Gemini or Virgo male representing himself with his sword and his word, or his sword and his wand of DNA, unable to sleep, with Capricorn taking the witness stand next to the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Perhaps a judge had to step down because they know one of the parties, and water signs were coming up as really sensitive to Sagittarius right here now. Pisces, Leo, or single independent Queen of Cups, and the King of Swords with the King of Cups may be partnering with the Emperor's child or grandchild, or the Queen of Cups' child, as the Emperor stepping down, perhaps because they fell, or in a fall from grace, or in the fall, to clear the air with Goddess present with gifts, medical DNA, or the gift of truth and foresight, and could perhaps clear the path for him. As Libra and Gemini, as the moth just landed on the flower when I wrote that, Libra and Gemini, as the moth landed, which can represent the eagle landing as well, just like the flame, as the moth landed on the flower out front, the sun was reflecting on it, so it looked like a ball of light. Or twins aligning with flame of sun, both the sun in the sky, or the sun as in sister and brother, sun, and the justice of cracking the whip and being the student of life, or with an invitation, or a student with a scholarship here, as the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here, with buzzing in their ears, besides Gemini and Libra, Virgo, Leo, Pisces, and Aries and Capricorn here, the King of Pentacles may step forward after waving, despite being with the Queen of Wands, who's not paying attention to them, or her lack of sleep is actually freeing her, right, from any stress or worry because she's so tired she can't even feel that. Or she may be just an Aries here, ignoring him. Then this is like someone waving to someone who's with the Queen of Wands, but she's not even paying attention to who he's waving to. But the person he's waving to, it may bother him that he's with her and waving to her or him. So the next message is this one here with the past life deck. And then, I don't know, I always forget the name of this deck. It's right on the back of the card, so it should be so easy to remember. Messages of Love. All right, so Messages of Love is that second deck, and then the Shaman Dreams deck, that tarot, and then Nature's Whispers, and at the bottom, it's the Gilded Tarot, the person who made the deck, but I can't think of the name right now, the mini deck right there. What's his name? Marchetti? I can't remember. But anyway, same as the Gilded Tarot, same person who created that deck. All right, so anyway, and those are clarifying there at the bottom with the mini cards. There's something else down there. Don't know. All right. So these I pulled yesterday at 2:51 to 52, which is the King and Queen of Swords again, the past life deck. And then the 53, which is the Knight of Swords. 54 is the Page of Swords. 55, the Ace of Swords. And then the 56 of the Two of Swords with the mini gilded deck there, although it's not gilded. And the cards at the end of each pile came out to 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, and then 1, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. So that 12-21 alignment is coming in again, and both 12 and 21 are threes, along with the energy of 3 for 3 to 3. 9 was coming up here too, so we have that 3-6-9 energy as well. The wise hanging man in the world in the leap in transition to come together with the King of Wands, or this year, 23. The divine masculine, divine feminine in the world align with the Empress Mother coming together with the King of Wands. Okay. The underlying energy here is the Native American. Oh, this is interesting too. The underlying energy is Native American obsession, TP and alfalfa sprouts, and or portal, being the mouth here, the Queen of Swords upright, and the 35 of the wounded warrior with their culmination of vision to end the inner war of thoughts and words. At 304, which is the Empress and the Emperor with space between, the underlying energy of authority figures and the sparkly gavel, with Egypt, the arts, and Native American, and again, Neil Diamond coming up. The authority on pyramids and the arts and American tribes, all hallowed to become an instrument of sound. Triangles, circles, and black and white keys, the body, the hair, and the tail, the strings to be pulled, and his name, Mr. Ed. With Egypt being the E of one equal and congruent to the G of God at the Y in the road point of PT, housing the top dog, Mr. Education of extra dimensionals, the talking horse, or the whore that sees, Madonna walking like an Egyptian, in vogue, with natural native materials, Mother Nature, of course, a course in Egyptian arts, and a course in, what is it called? A course in whatever, it's a Jesus channeling. That came up somewhere too, but it was just coming up here again. A course in Egyptian arts and Native American, and then Neil Diamond came up. My country, 'tis of thee, as a helicopter's going over right now. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing, of thee I sing. So anyway, you have to watch Coming to America with Neil Diamond, the version where he's at the end of the song, the huge American flag is behind him, because you have to feel the impact of that, but I couldn't find that video. And I don't know if that's from the Jazz Singer movie or from one of his live performances, but that's what I was imaging, just like Patton on the screen with the American flag. My spirit's connecting with me. It's very profound, because it's like he does, in some of the videos, they scroll through all of these old videos of in black and white of people coming to America to the Statue of Liberty, and every time I would see the Statue of Liberty, it would make me tear up. Neil Diamond he's an Aquarius, born January 24th, 41. Sweet Caroline was coming up in the news, as there's it's a tribute band to Neil Diamond, makes West End premiere at Adelphi Theatre in London, July 6th at 7:30 p.m. So from Native and Atlantis and columns at the bottom of the sea, two dolphins swim in tandem to sea, from sea to shining sea. And then May 25th, 23 came up with the church ruins and revealing the location of Rungholt, the remains of Rungholt, which is referred to as the Atlantis of the North Sea, but this is only 661 years ago. The strip of 54 medieval mounds stretching over a mile with a drainage system, a seawall with a tidal gate harbor, ruins of two smaller churches, and the large main church. And again, this is energy in North Germany, but it was Dutch at the time. Also, May 23rd, the Sea Lord's 1,000-year-old tomb uncovered in Peru, and 500-year-old shipwrecks with porcelain and wood discovered in the South China Sea. The past life teepees, Atlantean dark waters, polluted waters, columns with algae that reflect the teepee with alfalfa sprouts out of the top of it, housing for natives of land and sea as galactic ships. And the stars, the way they were arranged on the card of this galactic card, were like this. There's 2 stars here and then like this. It's kind of like a Y with a platform, or an X even. So XY, the chromosome energy there. As galactic ships hover and medicine man or woman dream catches down on the farm, back to basics or base camp, training with Mr. Ed and the Mrs. at the barn, which is also BRN, down on the farm. So this could be someone who's being, that's a message for you that you could be a nurse instead of a hospital where they're going to require you to get the you-know-what. You could be an RN down on the farm where they're really needed. So, and you probably get much more responsibility to do things that you want to do because there's not as much of the modern world there. So at 3:33, which by the way is the time that this video started, at 3:33, native to Atlantis, Virgin Galactic to Medicine Man catching dreams with Mr. and Mrs. Ed on the farm. At 3:35, the underlying energy of here and now, the soulmate with boundaries needed now, and past life love and regret for the way they treated you, and gripped by obsessive thoughts. The passion to try new things or deep diving, integrity to make sure it aligns with your values and ends conflicts and doesn't perpetuate them. Marriage or medicine man or woman, a relationship that's moving toward a sacred union here, as this relationship deserves a second chance, having mastered their spiritual lesson. With patience, all unfolds in divine timing. At 3:40 is the Empress and the Emperor, and Source backing them up, as the underlying energy of the Sovereign or Virgo, impatient Queen of Swords upright with integrity, or Sovereign Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords with fallen angel between them. As the King of Cups is without faith or detoxing, or has mastered his emotions and is now without addiction. Unhappy alone, going crazy, or waiting to come out and start over with justice. Virgo reversed and Libra upright here at 3:44, the Empress and her harvest, or Hercules, and the underlying energy of the 39, the Knight of Cups, with a clear endeavor, the 11 of justice in making a decision, the 3 of the Empress in celebrating differences, the 35 of the wounded warrior, and culminating of a vision. As the Knight of Cups Libra and the Empress wounded warrior, or their mutual surrenders here. At 3:46, the Empress and the 6 of Cups, with the 15 to catch your breath, the 34 of the vulnerable, the 40 of show your support, and perhaps open your windows today, with Sagittarius all dried up or dehydrated. Capricorn needs to ground or hug a tree or their family. The little one is vulnerable in energetic exchange or in the arrows of love, floating along on a leaf and a prayer. As the Page of Cups is showing support for the birds, the flowers, the fairies, and the man in the canoe, and the 32 of the journey of your own understanding, the 41 to be in service, there's that Holy Grail energy, and the 48 of walking away within to hope and happiness, with the octopus and the little seahorse. The Page of Cups' journey to Andromeda and Pegasus, wild and free within the emotion of laughter, Aquarius, of hope and happiness, flocking at the beach on a clear day. At 3:53, the Empress and the Knight of Swords, and the underlying energy after sudden events or drama, the 6 of Pentacles upright with the 4 of Pentacles, or settling out, sharing, and or saving, and a need to swallow pride post-war, the need to face fears as well, with the Queen of Wands reversed and the Ace of Pentacles reversed, tired of saving or withholding, preparing for a new life. As the moon rises to its full station on the 3rd, ripe with romance, patience, and a higher love. As the party is over, there's nothing left to say. Drained, burned, without energy or sun who's not happy at home or feeling unstable at this time. Perhaps they're feeling divided and or depressed, or with someone like that in their environment. The Ten of Cups reversed, unhappy family, or the ending to a cycle that's way overdue to be done. The end of a cycle or unhappy family with the Page of Pentacles reversed, or family who won't help, with the Page of Pentacles reversed coming together with the Hanging Man reversed and the Fool reversed. And I really like the combination of those two cards together. Escaping to dance, just to fall on their face, or escaping to dance to just then find and then fall in their faith, right? So going into lack of faith right after being able to find a way out. So perhaps with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, spending or losing under the radar in a sneaky way, or failed in coming clean about stress, or a sister, or suffering in silence and driving, or in a bold move that was destined. With Cancer and Libra both upright in energetic exchange and or arrows of love, with the King of Swords reversed and the Seven of Pentacles assessing their worth or reaping rewards, or the Divine Feminine's heart, between the King of Swords reversed and the King of Cups reversed, where the King of Cups reversed is surrendering to the King of Wands, who's upright here, or that could be surrendering to this year as well. Okay, so then we have this read. Okay, this is a smaller read, but we have the combined decks of Lenormand Reverie and the Kipper deck up top, the Wild Unknown Animal Tarot, and then my half deck of Rider Waite. Okay. So this was done at 12, 28, 29, and 30. That was actually last night, going into this morning at midnight. So at 12:21 last night too, in the AM, I was getting this energy of someone feeling pushed to their emotional limit at the workplace at 12:21, and 12:21 keeps coming up as well. So 12:28, the first deck, 12:29, that's the twin flame energy, 12:29 is the Three of Wands, being present in the moment, the 30 of the Four of Wands and the union, or the home. And the cards at the end of those decks came up 111 and 4413, in the co-creation of Hercules in transition, the Emperor receiving big love from the Empress. At 12:34, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, shut the door, the Hanging Man and the energetic exchange, the underlying energy of the 27 of unexpected income or incoming, the Innocent Lamb being a target of the King of Swords, the Ace of Wands, new passion and exchange of hands, perhaps the Queen, copper, penny, and the man with a ring on his right hand. At 12:36, the Hanging Man and the Atlas energy of the weight of the world, the 15 of the Bear and the 10 of Wands, the pushy polar bear with burdens and the 29 of the Three of Wands imprisonment, the Queen of Pentacles in a leap of faith, the 34 of the King of Pentacles in abundant energetic exchange, perhaps swimming with the fishes, as the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles with the 25 Knight of Wands, inspired, receiving new passion and commitment, with the 6 of the mature woman, that could be a mother or grandmother as well, with unexpected income or exchange of income or something paid off, as Aries, Sag, Gemini, and Earth are here. The 19 of the Six of Swords, being energized by peace of the power backing, the justice of the rod and staff with 11 there, and the Page of Pentacles cracking the whip, with the 24 Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups reflecting swans, and the 23 of the King of Wands in court, or going to court, the 1 of the Magician with adventure of self-discovery, and the 35 of the Wounded Warrior and the Wounded Warrior's path, with the 33 of the Christ vibration and unity consciousness, and the man with concern of his own martyrdom. At 12:52, the Hanging Man and the Queen of Swords, as the underlying energy is the cheetah about to pounce, mesmerized by the past, with the wolf here stunned, can't believe what just happened, looking deeper through third eye, and deeper to the higher self, and then deeper again to the inner child, the innocent target, all looking straight on here, as the first card of the fire ants swarm to the crumb, the event, the accident, the wound, as the butterfly is still weak in transition, still learning to use its wings. Sweet angel who got their wings. They did get their wings. As the lizard is sensitive here again and drained, leaving crowds behind as the stingray is plugged in. To the vulture old man as the eagle has landed, the black egg and the throat chakra, as the lamb is targeted. At 101, the underlying energy of besties, siblings, or soulmates, the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups, and their relationship under a microscope. With that was my doggy growing up. His name was Microscope. So microscope is coming up there. And I had an Aussie, just like Jenna's doggy teddy bear. So there's this inspired energy of the Dark Knight and the Capricorn King of Pentacles, inspired to walk right over the devil, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups, or Capricorn offering love to the Empress as lover, or Gemini, Knight of Swords, attacks, set free by their choice, or the Page of Cups sister, innocent, or never told the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. As the King of Swords, with the Nine of Swords here, and the King of Swords perhaps can't sleep until they meditate or until they get justice, with Cancer or the Chariot Queen of Swords addressing the court, as the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands address the King of Wands, as the Sovereign Nine of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, which could be kids or younger co-workers, or just earth signs there. That can be the court clerk as well. The Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles with the Emperor here, which could be the judge, and offering to take the father to a meal or asking them for help. As the Nine of Wands wounded warriors guarding and coming full circle with the Magician, Aries, Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo here, defensive to the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, satisfied with themselves, perhaps a little opportunist, or someone who's spreading gossip at 117, the masculine of the Magician and the 17 of the Star. So then this is the final message here from today. Let me just get to that place. I was taking some sunshine pictures there. You can check my Instagram if you'd like those messages. All right, so this is from today. We have the Journey of Love, Metatron, the Shaman deck, and Nature's Whispers, and then I pulled from the tea leaves as well down there at the bottom. Okay, so this was this morning. I woke up at 8:18, and then I got up at 9:18, which is my birthday. So again, there's that alignment with 18, which is also the moon, and June keeps coming up. And so there's this big energy coming up from different sources about the devil and earth energies. So it was interesting the way I pulled the cards today. So when I pulled those cards, in addition to it being my message of the day, I was assigned a sign to each row. So the first row was Virgo, the second row was Capricorn, the third deck was Taurus, the fourth deck was Libra, and the fifth deck, the T cards were Aries. So that was coming up as the new North Node in Aries, and then Libra would be in the South Node, along with all the Earth signs. Because there's some devilish or codependent or dark energy coming up in some people's messages. So I kind of wanted to get to the bottom of that. So today, the 31st, is the Five of Wands, and the day adds up to 43 was the Three of Cups. And this was, and then right as I pulled these cards too, I pulled from my my elements deck, you know, signs and elements, and you know, so I have Jupiter, Aquarius, Neptune, you know, and the elements in here. And I pulled from there, which is always interesting because the numbers are always different signs than the actual card is representing. So it's kind of an interesting conundrum there. So when I asked about the devil, the first card out was the Scorpio card with the moon, which is the dark side of the moon. It's like got an S&M type of figure on there. And then Jupiter, which is Sagittarius. So Scorpio, Saggy, and then someone who's very focused on sex or some kind of dark romance here, or the dark side of the moon. And then the underlying energy was Saturn and Aquarius, along with 19 and 11, which is the Sun and Libra, or alignment. So yeah, it was an interesting combination of signs that came up. So the first deck was pulled at 10:55, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Truth. And again, that one was Virgo. The Metatron deck was 56, which is the Two of Swords and Capricorn. The Shaman deck was Taurus and at 58, which is the Four of Swords, which for me is the 5D connection or rest and break, meditation. The 59 was Libra and Nature's Whispers, and then the tea leaves were Aries at 11 o'clock on the dot to 11:01. The cards at the end were 111112 and also 131142. I'm just looking, the purple lights are reflecting on these two cards in the middle. Just want to see what they are. So these two right here, it's the Emperor and the Five of Swords reversed. The Emperor's upright and the Five of Swords reversed. So he's ending the inner war, which is a good sign there. And he looks like he's also releasing the Empress reversed right there. It's kind of like that Atlas energy, leaving the wounded warrior behind. So the twin flame, divine masculine, divine feminine, transition through the alignment of justice, truth, and balance to the 42 of the Two of Cups of that 1-to-1. And then the energy of there were 5 ones here, so it was coming up as 1111, and then the line across when you're counting, like that 5, that it's a full card, and also by 5s, to the divine feminine, or the queen, the higher self, and the divine masculine's leap to the Empress and or Taurus, Libra and or Justice, with the Emperor and or Aries and the higher self, divine feminine, or that queen energy, the divine feminine hanging out or being wise, the twin flames hanging out being wise, in the leap to the world or completion, Mother Nature, and Justice for 2. As the underlying energy is the 43 of the Three of Cups, where the bride offers herself, the 11 of the wake-up call, the 5 of closing the door, 42 of let love be your beacon, beacon is be lighter, and then the lion and the grapes. The Three of Cups coming together as the bride stands in the chaos of what will be, as in Doris Day, and the helicopter flew over right there at 11:16 of Justice in the Tower. As the horn sounds in the wake-up call, they're off. As time to come home for dinner. And actually I had to go pick up my daughter after dinner. And it's 4:40 on the clock, which is 0 backing up the energy of the Four of Cups, or Hercules, her harvest. Calling all angels to illuminate, to stretch, fly, time to close the door as the cycle is now complete. Time for 1-to-1, to blush and let love be your guiding light. As lion is time to act, going back, with grapes, time to go out and have fun. At 11:20 of alignment and judgment, which is justice and judgment are the two most legal cards in the deck. Joy, balance, freedom of the 1-to-1, of the lioness having fun. At 11:21, the underlying energy is the 49 of the woman of light, 69 of contemplation, the 9 of the heart of God, 42 of the blood dance, 22 of loving all that is, and the 43 of where the bride offers herself. The 9 of cups woman of light gets her wish of a new life. In the 6-9-8 to 9 pod, because 8 and 9 come in together, hermiting with the heart of God, 1-to-1, in the DNA dance of the fool's journey at the 5D station, in a leap of faith to loving all that is, and coming together in joy as the bride offers herself to Source. Happy with self, 2 peas in a pod, with Source. Hermit Virgo, 1-to-1, with Fool or Virgo and Aries in the North Node, in the leap for 3, 1-to-1, to the higher selves in the Lambda leap, or Lambda Father leap, and the birds of prayer, Mother Nature, structure and abundance. So prior to stability and freedom, which are then 4 and 5, after 3 and 4. Contemplating and loving all, 1-to-1, but then 2-to-2 as well. 4, 3 of cups, of joy and happiness. As Aries North Node represents the I am presence, and Aries Taurus battle for positioning and getting back to basics and bases. First position. Who's on first? What's on second? That's coming up now as well. 1129 is the 20 of the sweet soul rising in the wake-up call to come together, to come home to Mama. The 70 of heaven, which heaven adds to 28, by the way, projecting 4 times in phased array, the 2 of Pentacles dance, the juggling act of 2 intertwined, exposing the 2 by 2s in the clouds, projecting heaven on earth. Where heaven is He, avenue of the N, which is Christ. He is the avenue of Christ. With 20 and 70 and called to perform and shed light, pulling in angels to the vortex. With 44 and Hercules in her harvest and learning how to receive love. The 4 of Cups and her harvest, which harvest adds up to 30. So here we have heaven 28 and harvest is 30. Where heaven is He, the avenue of Christ, and harvest is her not harvest, but Hercules is her harvest, but harvest is 30, and that's harvest, which is her vest of laughter, movement, and laughter is all about Aquarius. Movement to leap, sway, and swing, hinge the cardinal point, the caterpillar moment, even, gap, hair on end, unhinged each and every man, they, hares and a rabbit, army and call of distress, to hear the light or torch of the gray-haired venerable one, her, grace, honor, she, as heaven equals 28 and harvest equals 30, he and her, aven and vest, where aven is the pit, cave, river, or oven, a vertical shaft or pothole that connects the cave to other passages or to the surface. He is the hot tunneling river that tickles her movement to be joyful and laugh, or tickles her fancy, her light and or torch, graceful, venerable, she, the floodgates of hell that open the stairway to heaven, where he forges a path for her to harvest, pulling in heaven from Father Sky to heaven on earth, Mother's harvest, the 2 supported by Source, and 7 trumpets also by Source, and the human embodiment of Source, the 44 of heart to heart in the rings of time, from birth and rising to age and transcend, with the 1 of 65 and the King of Pentacles, who breaks in the concave fall onto the arched divine feminine, folding in upon oneself in the vortex, in the clash of the titans, which is Ti, Ti, which means source, and tans, or us humans, the tan ones. Source tans, or source now, is the time, where time is source me. The longitudinal direction within. The 65 is the lovers and freedom, or family and change. The King of Pentacles at the top of his game, where game over, as the pinball wizard and the machine is now off balance, you must start from scratch, go back to back, after front to front or face to face. Sometimes we're face to face, but sometimes we catch each other in grace. The dance of up and down and side to side and doing double dutch all at the same time. This is the dance of the twin flame. It's much easier when the vertical and horizontal pillars are short and close to the middle, as not to stray far from home at 1158 of Justice and the 4 of Swords. So again, Neil Diamond and Coming to America, and feel the profundity of the energy of that song. And as soon as you turn it on with the orchestra, you'll feel it right away. So 11:59 to 12 p.m. today, the underlying energy of the second deck, which is now Capricorn. So that first read was Virgo. Now we're in Capricorn. But again, they're also the message of the day for everybody. But I am giving specific messages to these earth signs, and then Libra and Aries as the north and south node in July, as they're coming up in July. So the underlying energy of the 12 of Akashic Records, for again this is Capricorn, the 55 of the red for safety, strength, and power, and the shaman, the 11 of the wake-up call to listen and take note, as the wise truth of random pages, hand healing and making music, to see, contemplate, play, tone, and note, to make peace with an angel, as the shaman here admires them. The angelic review of Akashic records, so that the shaman can offer their assistance of healing hands and peace treaties. Thanksgiving every day, or thanking God every day, in a wake-up call to humanity, those of the earth and those of the sky, Mother Earth and the shaman, Father Sky and the angels, or the one that gels. The red sun admiring, I'm getting the admiral, and the red sun, like red sun at night, sailor's delight. So the admiral is coming up here. The red sun admiring the one who calls the trumpeter. Virgo is the virgin bride. Capricorn is the cardinal point, or the goat, the lead up the mountain and the call to rise. As the first card here is 24 with orange and the Queen of Wands, to Angie, which is like a nickname for angel. So the orange is coming up here as the Queen of Wands, or Angie, to stretch, connect, and attune and release Mother's fury, giving it up to sweet soul rising. The Pied Piper's call to release, find, and discover. The 24, 30, and 21 of the Queen of Wands, which is also Omega, the enlightenment, the home and the union of the sword and the stone, or the purple moon, the silver warrior of light, and the Pisces indigo, mastering the Sirius connection at 12:12. Orange, silver, and indigo all in a row right here. Sounds like Metatron and Michael are involved as a plane is overhead at 12:13. To release excess energy stores and find the needle in the haystack, May 29th, and I was going back representing those energies were coming up in my own life as well, the 29th, the 30th, and then today the 31st. So again, to release the excess energy stores, which you may have done, and then find the needle in the haystack, and then the indigo to align with Sirius star, connecting with your inner child, as then my daughter comes home today. So this, my own life, was actually aligning with those 3 dates. So I'm giving them to you to look back at the 29th, 30th, and 31st as the keys to going forward. And again, this aligning with your inner child can also be your child. So what was coming up here is then the energetic exchange, then second, the two-eyed needle, and then third, the double diamond. Kneel, again coming up, again there's double E's in each of those, like when you kneel down, the double E's. So the sun, energetic exchange, the moon and the two-eyed needle, the star and the double diamond, and kneeling, and again that energy of my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, as thee I sing. So that energy, you have to listen to the music though of the song. So again, watch Neil Diamond and Coming to America. So at 12:21, Neil Diamond, Coming to America, and the video I watched was Ophius, but I couldn't find the one with the flag behind him, which I really wanted to see. But I got major chills when I watched it. And then when he said free at 1:17, I actually cried as they were showing all those black and white pictures, so tears came up spontaneously. The 32 of the Tree of Life, traveling on from orange to gold, the ego man to the ancient one, where Mother Earth, 18, with ice cubes, gets warmed by the passion of the Knight of Wands with a love for life, where fire and ice become water in the end. So then we get to the third deck, which was Taurus, at 1:01-2, and the underlying energy of the 39 of the Knight of Cups, and the Metox. First, the 61 of the Whale Song, and then the 39 of the Knight of Cups, Metox. The 55 of the Farther Gate, the 49 of Skywriting, and then the 5 of Closing the Door. After the 12 of the Sacred Contract, and the 42 of the Two of Cups, and Netcaster preparations, the wisdom of the Two of Cups as the preparations come to fruition, with the 61 of the Whale Song resonating in the portal bubble, and the Knight of Cups, 39, in the bath, repairing shaman mermaid. I want to say shower, but it's actually shaman mermaid. Repairing the shaman mermaid with the truth of Excalibur, and the crack in the cave, and the double gates, and 2 suns, the central and the rays, at the central station, getting a raise, and satisfied with self. And the skywriting of the fates with the hourglass here on its side, which is the middle of the infinity symbol. The K, the M, the F as the digamma energies, and then the two flags at the end. So these are all these symbols are on this card here, okay? So you see what I'm saying. The hours upon us in the hourglass of infinite connection, the energy of one less than all, and co-creating digamma with the twin flame finish line, which is the hourglass with space between the two arrows of greater than and less than, and the mass or poles that are well grounded. Done, complete, closing the door. Freedom rings, and there's that angel, I woke the other morning to a little bell where like an angel gets their wings, and here they're saying freedom rings for everyone here as the Statue of Liberty, as Taurus leaves the top spot. The 2, 30, and 25 here of the Divine Feminine and Higher Self, the home and union, the Knight of Wands, 2 hearts as one, as the beloved with radical acceptance of hearts on fire, and the horseman who is the herald of change. The Divine Feminine heart on fire, heralding in union, a call home for the Knight of Wands to the Garden of Venus for rest and renewal. With Pisces and Saggy, or just fire in general here, leaving Taurus behind, or that energy of Atlas leaving the wounded warrior behind, which is the 10 of Wands and 9 of Wands, where 1 and 31 come together right here. In the hand, the universe is your partner. The Knight of Wands' heart is now in God's hand, the collective, or his hand. The Divine Feminine and the Knight of Wands in the Garden of Eden, or E's Den, heart in hand, and the chaos of the group partnership here, as we then go into Libra's line, which was the Nature's Whispers deck, at 115, the Divine Masculine and the Devil. So Libra may be dealing with the devil. The 2 of the illumination of butterflies, escorted to the dark side of the moon. The Higher Self, 26, Page of Wands, being called to be true to your heart. Little lion's heart, with peacock eyes and golden hue, as the 14 of assurance of 4 generations of feminines, and the Divine Feminine excited with patient angel, in a leap of faith of having a child perhaps. Leo, Sag, Aries here, with the Divine Feminine or Higher Self and the 4 seasons. The concept, the planting, the nurturing, and the reaping, just to then give them away. The 21 of the world and a fresh approach with the lion's heart. Sagittarius ancestry, an Aries leap to completely fresh approach to look at the earth, Terra, Gaia, and trust your own understanding of Gibraltar, the GI British altar, and getting it straight, with rock, Atlas, and Hercules, 2 mountains, and a throne, or the valley is the path of one. The arrow or triangle, the 2 mountains as one, which is the altar, the 2 of cups, 1 to 1, let love be your beacon, or be lighter. Be the lighter, allowing your Divine Feminine flame to rise and blush from dawn to dusk. As the 24 of the Queen of Wands and the 33 of the 7 of Wands Christ energy, Omega is to be your best self always, and martyr to always stand up for themselves and be gentle with themselves, as the Mary Magdalene wild child with rainbow hair mermaid is riding the seahorse, 24-6 and 33-6, the Pegasus and his maiden, as he fights for her honor. I am the knight who will fight for her honor. And I'm also getting the officer and a gentleman with Debbie. By the way, she said she hated Richard Gere in that movie, and it was like the passion that she said she showed in her face was her hate for him or something like that. I don't know why that needed to come up, but it's coming up. So 46, the 6 of Cups, gratitude and appreciation of the little fairy girl and her unicorn bestie, with cups and wands and hearts and flames, as the 49, heighten your vitality, Libra, having fun and sharing some special moments and time alone, with the world in your left hand and robe, with Taurus in the right hand, with Taurus energy with the heart in the right hand. So Libra's coming up with the left hand with the world, and Taurus with the heart in the right hand, which is the masculine side, should be in the left side. So, but the masculine hand is a protective energy, but this is coming up from Taurus, which is also in the North Node. So then we go to Aries at 132, which is the masculine and the journey, the underlying energy of the needle in a haystack, reaping what you've sown, with the crib and the apple of conception or birth, and then temptation to test you. The key to successful outcome when someone tries to make you do something against your will, or perhaps clubbing you, or, clunking you over the head to do what they want you to do. So this is energy of the tulip, but I was getting Trump when I read that. The tulip of great passion, seahorse family matters, the younger man and the older man, and the archway or bridging of them, or bridging of new possibilities, or a new path that now opens up. The camel is to persevere independently, getting pinned perhaps with a new job or career. Focus on your desk to pay attention to your work or your actual desk, or get organized as the lion comes in, or Leo season, and it's time to then act. Or Leo season, with the North Node in Aries, comes in quick, with a lot of fire right there, as the man with daggers and fears, worries, and tense situations, with the gong from April, or an exciting event, or bells went off in April, and now they see as the bat and tent to take care, as enemies may be working against you, but it's only a temporary situation, or perhaps temporary housing or camping out. As the dolphin with new person, or a chair has now been filled for the dolphin. The dolphins with gains, and then the chair filled is the new person coming in. The vase is the secret admirer, and then roses as romance is in the air. At 140 of the masculine and the Page of Cups, with the underlying energy being the peacock, the inkpot, and then the rooster, as two birds face off. The peacock with pride, and the rooster arrogant and boastful, and you should not cross them. With the grasshopper, which came up as the glasshopper, which can reference the veil or the glass ceiling, or the glass shopper, requires gentle handling and shield, perhaps a need to defend oneself, or a family crest. Could be a spoiled child of an elite type family with old money here as well, as the hills are alive with the sound of music, but the hills also have eyes, as the dog or loyal friend is far or distant and thinking of you, dissatisfied with life, or cracked up, a cracked cup, or dark man with well wishes and family wishes that come true. With the bow, the carriage, I was just getting when Carrie got engaged on Sex and the City, and Sam's toast is, and he got carried away, and I was just getting that energy, and Big got carried away. So here's the bow, the carriage, and the grapes. You are highly thought of, and Spirit's connecting with me big on this. You're highly thought of and being whisked away to have fun. The purse of a man, paying attention to finances, and then there's that energy of 30 pieces of silver and Judas as well. With May, tense situations regarding something important, perhaps a new job or raise. Someone may have left their valuable bag or bag with money in it on a bench. Could be 30 pieces of silver here too, or gold, but most likely it's in the bag, as April showers bring May flowers or growth. The star is guaranteed success, with stork and news of birth or new business opportunity, as dreams come true, and romance too at 150 for the masculine and the 10 of Cups family. So then I pulled from the Wild Unknown deck. The underlying energy was the octopus, who calls the camel into the deep blue, freeing up the gazelle, because the camel is looking back, but then the gazelle is all relaxed in the fox's den, while the wolf is stunned and about to jump on that, as the camel would be excited, or actually the camel could be exiting stage left here or back to be independent or on their own or single, as then the gazelle is then free, is graceful and calm, about to enter the ring, with the fox which could that could wake up the wolf, or the fox is on the web, but the wolf enters stage right, a zebra with third eye in living color, like moth to flame, the phoenix then rises from the ashes. So, that could be too, the eagle in a crash landing now is in the ashes as the phoenix rising. So at 157, I then pulled from the half deck of Rider-Waite with the underlying energies of the King of Pentacles, the World, the King of Swords, and Justice, as the King of Swords comes around the neighborhood, perhaps, to make magic, or comes full circle for justice. And I was just getting Richard Gere in Pretty Woman at the end where he comes in and he's standing up in his car to come get the girl. The Knight of Swords comes around the neighborhood to make magic, or comes full circle for justice and the Magician embodiment, as Pisces, Libra, Gemini, or Virgo here, as the Page of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Wands see them and are keeping quiet. But the King of Wands is feeling freed by the twin flame Queen of Cups. Whole and complete, the King of Swords, Libra, Virgo, or Gemini, or with Gemini, Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups, with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, who's also with the sister or aide or silent partners or assistant, Pisces or Virgo and Aries here too, or Fool given a choice of path by the Queen of Cups. The Sovereign again with the Knight of Pentacles and with the King of Cups, perhaps offering affection to the Knight of Wands who's stressed out or who hasn't slept. With Earth, Water, Gemini, and Sag, as the Knight of Cups is ignored by the Queen of Wands, who's giving them dirty looks, or the wounded warrior is giving the Queen of Wands dirty looks, as the Six of Cups soulmate or siblings or child with Hermit guidance, and the Page of Wands one-to-one with the Knight of Swords or Saggy and Virgo here, as the Nine of Cups is satisfied between the Messenger of Truth who's charging back, and the Page of Cups is extending an invite forward or studying to, so inviting the Emperor or perhaps wanting to study with the Emperor, as the Queen of Swords speaks to the Empress about a ride or travel, perhaps to a funeral, or the Empress to catch a ride with Dark Knight in transition and tempted by the King of Pentacles, who may actually in the end snub them. Or the Emperor could be a backseat driver here as the Empress drives or travels, as Aries to arrive with Cancer and Scorpio and or Capricorn, or just sees Capricorn wave as they're driving in, but then the King of Pentacles turns away or doesn't want to talk to them at 211, which is the Divine Feminine, and then Justice, which also could be Pisces or Virgo and Libra there as well. Okay, so there you go, and we'll pull an energy card to see what comes up at the end here. At 133.06, there's that Christ vibration and the Magician embodiment, and it was just 10 to reflect that of the Wheel of Fortune, and it's 5:06 on the clock, which is the Hierophant and the Lovers with space between. And that could be Taurus and Gemini as well. And it's just now 3333 right now. All right, what's our takeaway from all of this? What is our takeaway? There we go. All right, so we have 29, the World, and we have 25, Deceit. So there's that Knight of Wands who keeps coming up. And again, this is taking a step back to get the big picture here, actually from off planet, seeing the Earth. 29 being present in the moment, to the profundity of it, right, the magnitude of it, and then the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands is right here in reversed. So it could be definitely in a deceitful energy here. So that could be that player energy or someone who fell off his high horse. But again, being humbled to take a step back and see the profoundness of the earth in which you live. Or waiting for their ship to come in, right? If you're someone who has a ship out in space. So somebody waiting for their ship to come in. as the underlying energy is the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, speaking their truth, throat chakra getting activated here, and the messenger, and 39 is the Knight of Cups. So that could be a message of love coming in. And again, that message, the Knight of Cups being upright, along with the Knight of Wands reversed, right? So it's that pure loving person offering love versus the dark side of the moon on the other side of the earth here. And then we have the 45, the man holding his heart, and the 28 there sticking up as well as victory here in the end. So this is a humbling of a masculine energy here, right? The card player, right? The card shark, after taking a step back and having fallen from grace, falling into his heart and purging here with victory at the end here, and the 28 twin flame, and I'm getting in the human race. So there's victory here for the twin flames around the world, being able to step back and see the big picture from a place of truth, and the Knight of Cups of being love. There's the trumpet being sounded, and some getting their, and the masculine getting their wings. Okay, and there we have Lady Liberty, right? The 41 of the Ace of Cups. And again, remember, you know, it may take some time, you know, after what's happened between to come back together again, which is probably why in An Officer and a Gentleman that came up about Deborah Winger and Richard Gere, that she didn't like him, right? It took her a bit, you know, to get past those feelings. So that could be coming up as well. So yeah, there's a lot of masculine energy there in those oracle cards. So it's definitely all about the masculine, a shift right here. And it's complete. We said this is the last day of May, it's done. And we have the full moon like flushing the crap out of everything that's been ended. Okay, so remember to drink your water, get your rest, your joy, your nature, follow your own knowing, right? Don't let anyone tell you who you are or what to do. You know what's best for you. Feel into it. And always rise and be love. Love and rise. It's in their eyes. Bye-bye, you guys. I'll see you soon.